Mic check 1, 2. I'm nervous. For the last 2 years, I have started my day on the floor and ended it on the news. I'm an anchor, an investigative journalist. My job is to find answers. But when I started feeling sick in May of 2017, I could not find any answers. I would wake up just exhausted. Then I stopped sleeping. In the morning, I'd get out of my bed and immediately sit down on the floor. I'd be shaking and sweating, and I couldn't tell if I was about to throw up or pass out. So I would literally crawl to my bathroom. This became my routine every day. A tax credit. It would slowly wear off. By the time the 5 o'clock news rolled around, I felt okay. By 11, I was normal. And doctor after doctor told me this was anxiety, panic attacks. These are all the pills they tried. I kept getting worse. Last April, I went to visit my sister in Nashville, and that's how I ended up here.
Have you had any symptoms?
Oh yes, lots of symptoms. It took a cardiologist at Vanderbilt University Medical Center about 2 minutes to suspect I had a certain disease.
121 heart rate.
I was put on a heart monitor to be sure. My producers kindly kept watch to make sure my chest wasn't blinking on air. 30 days later, I was thrilled to be done with that. More thrilled though to potentially have my answer.
POTS is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And what that means is that when you stand up, your heart starts racing.
I have POTS. After 2 years, I accidentally landed in the hands of experts.
You're still having heart rate issues.
That's my doctor, James Muldowney. He's part of a clinic researching how to fix people with this.
So my hope is that some of these symptoms will get better if we get the heart rate under better control, because the heart rate is sort of a marker of the problem.
The problem is my autonomic nervous system. Think auto, everything your body does that you don't think about. Heart rate, digestion, temperature control. That's why there are so many symptoms. Nausea, headache, memory problems. These weird white spots on my arms.
Pupils are very big.
Oh, that's the other thing, I can't see in the sun. Every few weeks I do this and report back.
The other day I only made it to 3 minutes.
Measure my heart rate and blood pressure. Laying down, 75. Standing up, 147. So about that answer, I wanted my life back. Treatment for POTS includes a high salt and water diet to boost blood volume, medication, and exercise to essentially retrain your body to tolerate standing up. But how would I find a physical therapist to help me when it took me years just to find a doctor?
So this position actually allows for her now blood that won't normally pump up to her upper body get up there.
For a second time, I accidentally came across exactly who I needed, Dr. Zach Daniels.
That's not something that was tested on my board exams or that we really covered after that, and not all physical therapy schools cover it. It was just something that I had a professor that was into it, and she wanted to expose us to it, and I'm glad she did, because if you walk through the door, I'd be like, I don't know what that is.
That is why I'm telling this story. POTS is more common than diseases like Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis, but people just don't know about it. Vanderbilt is overwhelmed with patients.
Their primary care providers want us as the specialists to completely manage these diseases, but unfortunately, I'm one doctor in Nashville, and I have patients coming from all across the country to see our group. We're comprised of 4 physicians.
That has to change. I suddenly realized what a slap in the face it would be to all the people with POTS if I didn't do something with this. 28, 5'8", 150 pounds. Bill, don't use that in the story, please. I've started speaking to medical students. The average time to get a POTS diagnosis is more than 4 years. Has anyone heard of that? POTS syndrome. Now they have. This is who people see every night on the news, and this is exactly what POTS looks like. Roughly 90% of POTS patients are women. Dr. Muldowney tells me this disease was only officially characterized in 1993, but it was observed long before that during the Civil War.
The reasons why were that women unfortunately weren't taken seriously back then, and unfortunately some of that with health concerns persists to this day.
That is unacceptable. I saw 11 doctors before I went to Vanderbilt. If I can help one more recognize this, it's worth it.
Come get me if I drown.
Deshelle.
Between medication, physical therapy, and swimming, I am doing a lot better. Unfortunately, not every treatment works for everyone. Some days, it's still the same routine. Floor, bathroom, anchor the news. The bad days are like so bad. I mean, like I'm a disaster. It's so hard to function. But I'm functioning. This time last year, I couldn't stand up before 1 p.m. Now I'm working out by noon.
There are some people who unfortunately, despite having the greatest willpower and greatest personalities, their bodies just don't want to cooperate.
That really hurts my heart to hear. The quality of life for someone with POTS has been compared to that of people with COPD, congestive heart failure, or on dialysis in end-stage kidney failure. So what's my future look like?
Nobody really can give you a definite answer, and I think that's part of your frustration is you just don't, nobody can give you a perfect answer, and I can't either.
I now understand that my job is not to find answers. That's for my doctors at Vanderbilt. My job is to find the truth. I did that. I just don't want to believe it.
Ultimately, it's about management rather than cure, and that's unfortunate.
If ever the doctors should find a cure, I will promise you this. I will be right here, ending my day reporting it on the news. The end.